Alright, hello everyone. This is step 3 of the Code 96 process, getting your trademark, and I'm going to show you how to fill that form out. So I have already filled out the form, so I'm just going to pop up the window and show it to you. Hopefully you can hear me. I have been getting a couple comments, or at least one comment, about how you can't really hear me that well. You might hear the fan or the washing machine running right now. So I'm going to try and talk louder for you. Okay, now in step 1, first you have to go to the Secretary of State of Kentucky website, go to the trademark application. This is the trademark service you want, trademark service mark application. You want to click on that when you get on there. Line 1, you want to check a corporation. In line 2, the applicant is applying for a trademark registration. Line 3, the name of the trademark is your name in full, in capital letters and all caps. We'll zoom in a little bit here. So if I can just try and get it. Right there, that looks good. Line 4, you want to put your suite address, which is your post office box number. I kind of screwed up here, so it's okay. And the name of the street and the hospital. I forgot to put the name of the street. As you see right here. Now this is all to the instruction under Code 96. So there you don't want to do that. And you put the city, state, and zip code. In line 5, she says to write Ohio in there. She said to skip line 6. Line 7, you want to, this is where you have to find where your birth certificate is at and what it's funding. And I did that one video about how I looked up my birth certificate through Fidelity.com and how it's in a money market municipals or municipal money market, and I looked up what that was, and it says this was basically the description it gave me. It says bridges, roads, schools, sewage, water treatment, etc., 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 for the public good. So she just says, in her example, she says you have to find out what it is, and she gives it, for instance, if your birth certificate incorporates in the military industrial complex. You want to write things like equipment, military supplies, weapons, machinery, ammunition, uniforms, contacts, so on and so forth. Anything that you can think of that would help the military industrial complex. So that's what you would write. Mine is in a money market municipal or municipal money market fund. So I clicked down there after I researched what that was. Number 8, she says to write an envelope, comma, name, registration, and birth certificate. That's what she says in her direction, so that's what I typed in here for you to see. Number 9, once you find out what class yours is in, which is on page 4, because this trademark registration is 4 pages long. You want to see what that is. Like I looked at mine is a class 37, so I just wrote class 37 right there. Number 10, she says you want to type in the name of the state that you were born in and the year you were born. Then she says in the B section, you want to write unknown. Line number 11, she says write your name in all capital letters. Line 12, not applicable. And then you scroll on down here. You type in your name in all capital letters and the word debtor in parentheses, comma, secured party of your name again in all capital letters, and you write UCC1-308/UCC1-207 with the numerical number 27 in parentheses. So And then down here, she says when you do your signature, you want to type in the word, write this in. I type this in here. Unless you know how to do Adobe Acrobat or whatever to type this in here, you're going to have to use an ink pen. But she says when you sign your name, you have to put this word "by" here. That's what she says. She specifically stressed this out. And when you sign in purple ink. And she says underneath your signature, you want to write "without prejudice" 1746 and the number 1 in parentheses. Now I typed this all in here, messing around with this PDF reader. And then underneath that, you want to write CEO Homer J. Simpson. And that's pretty much it. Then you take it off to notary. Don't sign it without the before you go to a notary. You want to have this all filled out right here first before you sign it. And when you're ready to sign, you go to a notary. You have to witness your signature. You sign it in purple ink. It says that's because purple is the color of royals. And then he'll fill in the rest. Now, she said in page 2, you're going to need 3 samples of your name in different font sizes. I had done this right here, which is kind of hard for me to do this part right here, but after messing around, I was able to do it. Even with this PDF reader, I could not type it in. I had to copy it. Well, I screwed around with up here, type in text, so I was able to do that. And I was able to draw a box in here and change the font sizes, large, medium, small. And she says that, and then after that, you want to check the top box. And the application processing fee is only $10 per class, I guess. So I guess it's only $10. Now before, I remember her saying something about you have to wait. I think it's when you do your name registration in Ohio, you have to wait till you get that first. Whether they filed it or not. And then you go on to here. So there's going to be a little waiting period. She says it's about a 30-day wait. And once you get that, you can do the trademark application in Kentucky. It has to be in Kentucky. And your name registration has to be in Ohio. No matter where you live at, no matter where you were born at, it has to be done in these steps according to her. So, here you go. And these are just for those of you who wants to file that Code 96. Doesn't seem very hard, doesn't seem very difficult. I like to do this, but I have no money whatsoever. I am flat broke. I do not collect any kind of benefits whatsoever. Basically, the only money I do generate is the organic free-range eggs that I sell, and that doesn't make me much money. Let's just say the amount of eggs I sell, and it's not a daily thing, is about $10. I'm thinking about no longer accepting Federal Reserve notes, and I do know this isn't very realistic, but I'm thinking about selling a dozen eggs, organic eggs, for 1 silver dime, you know. And that's not bad for 1964, because after 1964, the only silver they made were, I think, $half. Maybe quarters, I'm not sure, but I know $half. And after 1964, that was, in 1965, it was only 40% silver. So, that's what I'm thinking about. How many people have silver dimes? But at least I'm doing my best to go into private with lawful money. And lawful money cannot be taxed. You cannot tax silver and gold, as far as I know. But then, I don't know everything. As a matter of fact, the only thing I do know is that I don't know anything. And that I can stand by. So, but she did say this, when you sign here, you have to, if you can't type this in, the word "by," just write it in capital letters. I'm going to try and fix this and push it back a little bit. And, but she did say use a purple ink pen to sign your name. And make sure you write "without prejudice." I did have this over here, but it was falling on top of the signature, and I didn't want to say, well, I don't understand what that means in case anything comes up. So I moved it over here. So it's clear as day. They can see it. And so there'll be no mistake. I don't understand why these are in parentheses. I have to look that up. I haven't looked that up yet. But it's good to know everything as you go on through here. Now, I'm not saying that this process is going to work, and this woman, Jeannie, she is very difficult to get a hold of. So, that being said, now you know how to do how to fill out the trademark registration form. I mean, you don't even have to look at this video because the Code 96 step that I made, which is I think 30-something minutes long, it shows you all of this. You could just pause it and read it page by page because I uploaded I showed every page of it, which is about 4 or 5 pages long, which I have here in front of me. Now I'm going to do another video, and it's how to fill out your not your Social Security, but your UCC form online. Which I'm looking at it. It doesn't have a whole lot you have to add in there. Not like all these other SPCs with your hold harmless indemnity, your security agreement, your power of attorney, and all that stuff. Doesn't say that much. Okay. So I hope this helps everybody out. You guys have a good one, and take care.